Today I want to talk about some of the most useful golf tips that I have heard, been given, watched through YouTube. There's some good ones here, so stay tuned. These tips are definitely going to help you. First one I would like to bring up is warming up before a round. I think that so many people, rush themselves to get out on the tee box, and I'm getting over a cold, so if you hear me sniffling, I'm sick. You can hear it in my voice. Giving yourself time to warm up, not rushing. The importance of a warm up, and this also aligns with this tip, is a warm up before a round is not a place to be making swing changes. It is a time to see what swing you have for that day. And so, I like to play a little tight draw, just starting a degree or two off the right side of my target line and then working it back in towards the line. Sometimes I get a little bit pulley and I shut that face and it starts left. That's my miss. I know that. But I'm going to go out to the range. I'm going to hit some balls, and I usually start with like a wedge, and I'm just going to hit some shots. And that's the perfect line. So like right there, that's 1.9 degrees right, and just kind of working up off that right side. Some days it's not going to be that, and I'm going to be shutting my face down like crazy, and we have to adjust at that point, right? We can't sit there and try to fix our swing 45 minutes before our tee time. We just got to know what's in the bag and what we'll be able to do out on the course. And then that goes into our second one, which is the 80% rule, or the 8 out of 10 rule. If you can't execute that shot at least 8 out of 10 times, you shouldn't be shooting the shot. And so if you get out of a situation, let's say you're on a course with some trees and your second shot on a par 4 or par 5 is tucked behind a tree, the only way to get around that tree is if you play a fade. But you know damn well you're not playing a nice fade, an intentional fade 8 out of 10 times. Don't do it. Don't do the risk, because the chances of you trying to play the fade and hitting a horrible shot or hitting the tree, doing whatever, it's going to set you up worse. And so what you should do is play for some relief and just chip back towards the fairway and get back on track. That is called managing your score, managing your game, and playing within yourself. So 80% rule. Play shots that you know you can play. It's so funny, like the pressure that you feel out on a tee time with some buddies. You want to make some cool shots, but boring golf is usually the best golf. It's nothing flashy. It's just consistently good shots, managing the course and staying out of trouble. That's going to be the boring golf that gets you better scores. Next tip, and I love this one as well, play your bag. I think when you're playing with a group, and especially with some buddies, you walk up on a par 3, 165 yards. What are you playing? Oh, I'm hitting my 8. I'm hitting my 9. And these people are trying to absolutely gas a club. Like, just play your club. You should know your numbers. And if you don't, you should start there. Get your yardages and just play them. It doesn't matter, because my clubs, I got my Mizuno Pro 245s. I immediately weakened the loft on all these clubs. And so somebody that gets this exact same set and hits their 7-iron, theirs is 4 degrees stronger than mine. So it doesn't matter like what we're doing here, right? We're all trying to play within ourselves and play our game and our bag. So worry about your bag and not other people's bag. That makes sense, right? Play your bag. It's just going to do you wonders. It'll be good for you. Another one that I really like, I just watched a video yesterday that talks about cover number. So much of us, when we're on the course, we shoot the laser, we shoot our target right at the flag, and we want to see pin distance. The funny thing about that is PGA Tour players, I saw a super interesting video by Golfers Digest. They don't look at that number. The pin number usually doesn't matter. They're shooting for an area of the green and making sure they stay out of trouble. And what I mean by that is cover number is they will have like, what is the distance to cover this bunker? And so that's the club you're playing. You're playing for an area of the green or a zone of the green. And, if you play in that zone, the flag is obviously going to be in there. And the more important thing is not to play the exact number. You want to make sure, hey, I'm not going way too far. And my short miss, right? If I'm going to try and draw this picture for you guys for a second. If I am a right-handed player, a draw is your more powerful shot. A fade is a bit weaker with more spin. And so if this is like we're having an overview of a range, your hard like hook shots, or when you pull it and you play a really strong shot, they're going to go further. And your shorter shots, your weaker fades where you left it a little bit open, are going to be more in a shorter right window. which makes an oval that's kind of sideways. It's not perfectly perpendicular to your start line. It kind of does like this oval. And if a left-handed player, it's the opposite, right? With that in mind, you got to think about that short miss. Where is that going to be? Is that a bunker? Because then that's the club. You want to play a club up to make sure your short miss doesn't put you inside the bunker. And so playing cover numbers, whether it's water, bunkers, hazard, out of bounds, you want to play the club that gives you the highest chance to stay out of trouble. That is going to help you gain strokes. Those are my tips today. Hope this helps. Appreciate you guys. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave in the comments, let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.